So in the last video we set this up enemy. Okay, we set this enemy. I just removed the box collider 2D, but we need to add that box collider 2D to get info if we hit with something. Okay, like a bull from the player from the player bullet. Okay, so we need to add the box collider 2D. So go to add component, select that game object, add component, and search here box collider 2D. Okay, select that and edit the collider, the size of this. Okay, size of this I'm going to take a little bit. Okay, size of this. Okay, so as you can see, the play enemy is opposite side. We need to make it towards our player. Okay, towards our player. So what we gonna do, so you just need to go select the player, go to sprite renderer. Here you can see flip. Okay, so we wanna flip vertically. Okay, we wanna flip the character vertically or the sprite. Okay, so select the y, and now this is looking toward us. So that's great. What we need, so what we gonna do, so in this video this enemy will move right. Okay, right and left. Okay, right and left. Okay, this enemy will move right and left. To do first, what we going to do, firstly rename that. Okay, right clicking on it and rename, or else you just have to go to on the inspector. Over here you can see, so I'm going to rename this to enemy. Okay, enemy, I'm going to rename this to enemy. So I'm going to add one thing over here. Okay, for detect, what we gonna do, we're gonna make array. Okay, make array. Firstly let's set that up. So go to hierarchy, right click on in that 2D object. Okay, 2D object sprites, and then select the square on square one. Okay, square one, and select the rake tool over here in the right rake tool, and make it size of this camera. Okay, in the X. Okay, right over here, make it little small. Okay, little small, and I'm going to make the color. So go to sprite and render a color. You can choose any color you want. I'm going to make this type. Okay, I'm also going to add a box collider 2D to this one. So add component box collider 2D. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna shoot out a ray from this center position of this enemy. Okay, a enemy of this. Okay, center position of this enemy, a enemy. Okay, if he detects nothing from here, we're gonna shoot out like this much. If this ray not detecting any ledge, so he will go right. Left, he will go left. If he detects nothing over here, ray, we will shoot out a ray. If he detects nothing over here, so he will go right. So this is the, so I'm going to explain as well what we will do. So let's do this. So open up the enemy script. Okay, open up the enemy script. Open up the enemy script. I'm going to delete this. Firstly we need the direction. Okay, we need the speed. Okay, we need speed. How much should we how much the enemy should move. Okay, we also need a uh, a ray public. So we're gonna make public. Okay, public, public, sorry, this should be public. I'm going to make it public float. Okay, I'm going to call this ray distance. Okay, ray distance. Okay, ray distance. So to do that, also go to bottom of the update function, and right over here on draw gizmo selected function. Okay, this function will draw ray from this position. Okay, from from this position we want to shoot out a ray to the upside. Okay, we upside. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna firstly draw a ray. So what we gizmos, okay, gizmos dot draw ray, we have to use draw ray function. Okay, draw ray. So it's first it's gonna take where from where you want to shoot out the ray. I just want to shoot out the ray from transform dot position. It means the transform dot position, current position means from here. Okay, transform dot position is a transform dot position. Okay, and then it needs a direction. So sorry, it needs a direction. Okay, it needs a direction. So we're gonna shoot out in the up direction. Okay, we're gonna shoot out in the up direction. What we're gonna do, vector 2. Okay, vector 2 dot up, this vector 2 dot up, we also need to multiply this with our ray distance. By default I am going to set this to like 10f. Okay, 10f means 10 units. Okay, I'm going to multiply that with 10 ray distance. Okay, ray distance. Okay, ray distance, and control s on your keyboard to save this and head back to Unity. You will able to see that from the enemy position we are shooting out a ray. Okay, shooting out a ray. So that ray, if that ray don't detect, we're gonna move around this strip or whatever you can say. As you can see, this is too much, so I'm just going to ray distance to little bit like this much is okay. If this ray don't collide with anything over here, you can see it's not colliding with player. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip the we're gonna make we're gonna move right. Okay, we're gonna move right. If and then if this ray don't collide with this, okay, don't collide with this, so we're gonna move left. So this is the concept of this. So I'm going to open up the enemy script once more. So what we're gonna do, in the update function we need to do, firstly we need to add a layer to this. Okay, we need to add layer to this. To do that, select that cam object, go to layer, in the inspector go to layer and add layer. Okay, name this whatever you can. I'm just going to name this to like ground. Okay, ground, and go back to that. Okay, go back to that, and select the layer whatever you name it. I name it ground, so I'm going to select that ground. Okay, also you have to rename this to, okay, rename this to, so I'm going to rename this square to like ground detection. Okay, ground detection, ground detection, ground detection. So I'm going to select the enemy and I'm going to open up again. So what we Unity has a function. Okay, Unity has a function to detect something. Okay, so firstly we're gonna make a bool variable. Okay, public bool, which will keep track of which direction we are in. Okay, we are in right direction or left direction. Okay, by default, so we're gonna call facing direction, direction facing direction. By default I am facing direction. By default I am going to set it to true. Okay, facing direction, by default I am going to set it to true. This bool keep track of which direction we are in. Okay, so what we gonna do, so head back to Unity, you will able to see that we set it to true. Okay, so what we need to go to update function from. So we're gonna check if, okay, if our facing direction, firstly we're gonna make raycast. Okay, raycast hit 2D. Okay, raycast hit 2D. This means if I head back to Unity once again, this ray, okay, whatever this ray, if this ray colliding with something, okay, we gonna extract info what we collided with, okay. So definitely we collided with this ground detection, we will get info about this, okay. And then if we don't collide with this, we're gonna move it left, okay. And if we don't detect this, we're gonna move right, okay. So what we're gonna raycast hit, okay, you have to raycast it and hit, I'm going to call it hit, okay. This equal to be physics 2d dot raycast, okay, physics 2d dot raycast. So this will takes as you can see a position and a direction, and it will also gonna take a layer mask. I'm going to explain that. So I'm going to shoot out the raycast from our enemy position. So we have to write transform dot position and the direction. So we gonna up, okay, up. So we have to use vector 2 dot up, and a distance, okay, and the distance how much, okay, how much. So we already specify the ray distance over here, ray distance. So we're gonna use ray distance, okay, ray distance, select that ray distance. Also it will take a layer mask. Layer marks means a layer we set to this ground, okay. So firstly we will create a layer mask. So public layer mask, okay. We will call detection layer, okay, layer detection layer. So we're gonna put here detection layer, okay. So if we are shooting out a ray, okay, shooting out a ray, and if he colliding with our layer, this ground layer, it with it, okay, it's colliding with ground layer. So this will be true, this hit will be true, okay. So we in the next, if hit is true, okay, if hit is true, okay, if hit is true means we are detecting the layer, okay, we are detecting the layer. If hit is true, okay. So let's I'm gonna print out a message. So debug dot log, let's say hit dot transform, whatever we hit with, we going to print out his name, and we gonna add this to like name is, sorry, name is, and plus this, okay, and end up with semicolon. So firstly this what will this do? It will shoot out a ray, okay, shoot out a ray from this position to to up direction, okay, up direction. It will shoot out a ray to the up direction. And if we hit with something, okay. So go over to enemy, detection layer, to select that ground layer, okay, detection layer, as we set up this one ground. So this game object will detect that, okay. So if we detect that, we what we want to what we doing, we are printing the name hit, okay. We going to hit, then whatever hitting, we going to that game object transform component, and then we gonna print out this name, okay. So let's see, if I hit play, you will able to see over here ground detection, because we name that game object as ground detection, okay. Ground detection is a name is ground detection, as you can see. This is shooting out a ray, okay. If he collide with something, and if the layer has ground name ground, okay. So this gonna print out, okay, this gonna print out. Okay, so if hit equals false, okay, if we are not, if we are not hitting something, okay, if we are not hitting something, so as we, so if hits equals false, what we gonna do? This means we are not hitting anything, okay, we are not colliding the ray over here not colliding with anything, okay. That means the ray not colliding with anything, okay, the ray not colliding with anything, like this over here. Is it colliding? No. So if this if heat is equals false, means we are not colliding with anything. So what we gonna, we are over here, we can see we not colliding with this ground detection. What we gonna do? We're gonna flip, okay. Firstly we have to do this thing, okay. We're gonna move transform dot translate, okay, transform dot translate vector 2, okay, vector 2 dot right. Firstly we are moving vector 2 dot right multiplied by speed, okay, multiplied by the speed and multiplied by time dot delta time, okay, time dot delta time. So uh, over here we can say debug dot log. We are not hitting, we are not hitting, we are not hitting, okay. So firstly we are going to the right direction, okay. Translate over here, transform dot translate vector 2 dot right, okay. This means right, we are going to right with this amount of speed, okay. We also need to multiply with this time dot delta time, okay. Control S on your keyboard to save this. And if hit equals false, if the ray, okay, if the ray not colliding with anything, so this message will print out. We are saying we are not hitting, okay. If hit equals false, means the ray not colliding with anything, okay. So it will say we are not hitting anything, okay. So head vector unity, head vector unity, if I set it to over here, okay, let's the speed to, I'm going to, and also detection layer to ground layer, because we assign this layer to the ground layer, okay. So so the ray only gonna check this layer, okay, the ray only gonna check that layer, okay. So I'm gonna hit play, I'm gonna hit play, and you will able to see that message. If this ray pass, if this ray not collide with the ground, as you can see we are not hitting anything. So what we gonna do? We're gonna flip the rotation. What we gonna do? We're gonna flip the rotation, so he will go to the left direction, so he will go to the left direction. So what we gonna do? If hit is equals, if we not colliding with anything, and if we are facing right, okay, facing right, by default we are setting it to true. So we also gonna check if facing right, okay, facing direction is true, means we are in the right, okay, facing direction right. So what we gonna do? We're gonna go to transform, okay, transform dot Euler angles, okay, Euler angles we're gonna set to new vector 3 0 comma minus 180 comma 0 0, and we gonna say facing direction to false. So what does this mean? Firstly we are checking, okay. Firstly we are setting the facing direction true, okay, true. And if we just over here, okay, over here we are not detecting the ledge or not detecting the ground, okay. where the ray not detecting the ground, and we are facing the facing direction is true. What we gonna do, we going to transform component of this game object, and then we are rotating the y component, say. So this will rotate, and he will go in the left direction. Okay, so and then we are setting the physics direction. If we going this, so that's if we are going to left, then we are setting the physics direction false, because if when he goes this direction, physics directions becomes true. When he goes this direction, means left direction, facing direction will be false. So over here, as you can see, we setting the facing direction false, and we going to Euler angles. Okay, transform dot Euler angles, setting the y to minus 180 degree. Okay, control S on your keyboard and head back to Unity. You will able to see the enemy go. Enemy will move left if if the ray not detecting the ground. Okay, the ground layer. Okay, layer mask, as we said only. Okay, so if I now move this over here, now if I play if I play just reload that. So as you can see, he going left. Okay, facing direction is false. Okay, facing direction is false. So else, okay, so what we gonna do, else else if he not detecting the latch. Okay, else we gonna say transform dot Euler angles. Okay, Euler angles to new factor 3 0 comma 0 comma 0, and we are setting to facing direction to true. Okay, facing direction to true. So if we are going to the left direction. Okay, left direction, if we are not detecting what we are saying, and then we are rotating again. So we are rotating the enemy, and then he goes to the right direction, and then we are setting facing direction to true, because we are going to this direction. So control S on your keyboard and save this and head back to Unity. You will able to see that. You will able to see that in just a second. In the next, so if I now play you will able to see that he will go. So as you can see, he rotate, as you can see over here, transform rotation 180, and if this goes here, it becomes 0, as you can see. So it's kind of working. Okay, it's working. So what we gonna do in the next video, we will shoot out projectile from the enemy position. Okay, from the enemy position we will shoot out bullet. So so in this video we learned about this ray. Okay, over here raycast hit 2D. Okay, whatever we hitting, okay, we are storing into this hit. Then we are, if hit is equals false, mean this ray is not detecting anything. Okay, over here you can see this is not colliding with this. So it's if it's false, then what we are doing, we are flipping the character. We are flipping if this equals false, means if we not colliding with anything, the ray is not colliding with the ground. Okay, ground. So what we are saying, we are flipping the enemy. Okay, so in this video we covered this. In the next tutorial we will shoot out some projectile from enemy. Okay, enemy. Okay, So thanks for watching, and if you are new to my channel, okay, subscribe to get more videos about game development. And thanks for watching. Okay, thank you.